Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Sunless Skies. Where we left off last time, we had turned in a bunch of research. We found out it was only for money, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. We're back in Titania at the moment, where I think we need to contribute more funds. Let's build another thing. How much is it? It's $1,000. We'll fund the next stage of Titania. The rhapsodic mayor shakes your hand. Such generosity, we'll get to work at once. Let's advise on the next upgrade. We can advocate for a salon or a museum. I think I'm going to go with the museum, actually. With your support, the suggestion passes, construction begins. Let's go visit the museum. It's under construction, its subject matter remains to be decided. Let's help choose a theme for the museum. The unused buildings of the Bloombauer are the new foundation for the Titania Museum, though its purpose has yet to be agreed. The rhapsodic mayor practically dances with the stonework, mentally drawing up floor plans and planning decorative touches in brass and bronze. The theme is going to be... The mayor looks up from a pile of designs. Everyone has their own idea what our museum should be about. I want to use... can I use all of them? No, bad idea. I need to choose one, but which? They all look so educational. We can make a great library, an art museum, or an imperial museum. An imperial museum, a symbol of British greatness before and after Albion. We are loyalists through and through. You don't think that might be a bit colonial? The rhapsodic mayor considers it. Then again, we're already a colony, I suppose. Very well, let it be done. Let's go visit it. The museum is open. We can request one boon, but we've already gotten the boon. We can get a chart. We can't get a chart. However, it is open, so there we go. We cannot get anything that we need here, because apparently we only can get nectar, of which we have lots. We need to get some stained glass, eventually. And we should probably head out. We're going to do a quick cut. We're going to go to Magdalen's, and then we're going to go over to New Winchester. There's some story stuff we need to do in New Winchester, but for now we need to go repair and... or not repair, get our terror down, and then repair also in New Winchester, but mostly just to get our terror level down. That would be super. Anyways, I'll be back shortly with the next leg of our journey after I kill these bees. Alright, we have arrived back in London, the smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. And we are going to try to deliver honey to the round table. We have a low chance of success though, 56%. We only get a partial success, which is, you know, I'm okay with that. The proprietress raises the honey to the light. She has a taste for it, she sighs. I thought she'd have the good sense to steer clear of the company, but them that play the fool must occasionally be treated as such. She shrugs once, I'll do it. But I still have a crowd at my door. You get rid of them, and I'll do the rest. She gestures out the window to the mob holding anti-stovepipe placards. Let's divert the mob. All you need to do is lead the crowd of disgruntled protesters away from the round table. You mount the boxes, draw a deep breath, and begin the first bars of God Save the Queen. Several hours later, you have lost the last of them, though not all of your crew made it. Oh, damn. After a particularly fiendish turn about in the labyrinthine slums of the Bishop Bridge, now to get back to your engine. Alright. The stovepipes are thriving, and the tackities are at 0, so that's not really good for them. We have successfully sabotaged the ironical reformists' rally. We have to deliver Apollonian cinders here, get some cold hard cash. We'll repair our locomotive for an exorbitant fee. There goes all the money we just got from that delivery, but oh well. We should probably hire on a couple crew, top up our supply, hit the shop. Anything going on at the bazaar? Ooh. 7 sacks of seeds for... Ooh, actually we can do the coarser nectar for Carillon. That'd probably be a more lucrative one. Okay, we should probably do that. How is our goal? We should probably be able to deliver this tree, or this tea actually, because there was a shift in power again, so I'm hoping we can deliver that tea now. I have no idea where to get experiment grade glass, unfortunately, but we do have honey around. Let's go to our bank. I'm pretty sure... Oh, we only have 2. Well, that sucks. That's okay. We should probably sell that mangonel. We have an extra one. I got one off of a Marauder, a second mangonel. Let's just sell it. Selling. Wrong store. We need to go to the engineering shop and sell one Marauder mangonel for $100. Not bad. We do have the best engine. We need... Might as well grab some fuel and supplies and stuff. Nothing in the engineering department we need. We're gonna head northwest to Port Prosper. See if we can't jump off that T. And if we can't, oh well. If we can, however, that'd be golden. We can also see what there is for bazaar supplies there. It might just, of course, be souls, or not souls, hours, as it seems to be most of the time, but we'll take a look. And then what I want to do at that point, probably, is go to Carillon. We're at low terror, which is nice. We can do some more of the devil... Well, no, we can't do any more of the devilish things. We don't have those particular soul scars that we need yet, unfortunately. So what can we do? What is there left to do here in the Reach? Not a whole lot, actually. We did the parsimonious, sorry, chairman's thing. We didn't get to deliver our settler. He died about a third of the way to the place, so that was just an abrupt ending for him. And the rest of our stuff sort of is in Albion, so it might be time to jump ship. Well, we'll try and finish up these prospects, or we'll abandon them. In fact, we should probably just abandon them. Let's just go. We can just go to the next area, probably. Why are we lagging? Weird. Let's go to our hold. We're never going to do that prospect. Let's just abandon it. It's possible we'll do that one, and we're going to try and do the T1 right now. But we're going to jump to Albion now, I think. I think it's time to go elsewhere. The Takides are defeated here, for the most part. They're at 0. How could they possibly come back from 0? I don't know, but I'm sure they will. As they did last time. We'll leave for a little bit, and then we'll come back, and they'll be at like 100. And the stovepipes will have lost everything. Even though they have all the dreadnoughts in the world, and the Takides have little tiny scout ships with cannons on them. To be fair, in all seriousness, their cannons are pretty damn good, and they deal quite a bit of damage. What I'm hoping to get is when we get to London, we can go to their engineering department and find some new guns or something along those lines to grab. I also should have brought hours with me, but I didn't, so we'll just buy some here. I know we have tons in the bank. That was a mistake on my part, but oh well. Let's go past the wondrous rat. People will lift their hats. The inscription on the memorial to the unknown rat is dedicated to those brave Ratus Faber who gave their lives in the early exodus to heaven. Sad. Our terror went down to 0 because it is a wonder, and it will lower some of your terror, which is nice. It is the opposite of a horror. Almost at Port Prosper. We haven't seen any Takedy ships, surprising nobody considering their rather substantial losses recently. I also have a bunch of Takedy nameplates to give in. They also really hate me. They will shoot me on sight now. Like, they really hate me a lot. But there's a Dreadnought. Our good friend, the Dreadnought. Which one's that one? That one is... I don't know, but they're trying to run into me. There's 2 Dreadnoughts here. The HML Dudek's future. It's time to head through the Isambard line, through the relay, to Albion itself again. I know we have a bunch of quests that require us to go to the Blue Kingdom, but we're not going there quite yet. We have lots of things to do in Albion. So it's time to go there. We're just going to quickly stop off here, go talk to the parsimonious chairman. We can report our success. We need 3 spaces in our hold. Why, what's he giving us? He's giving us 3 barrels of unseasoned hours, we got some gratitude, 1,000 experience, and another cryptic benefactor. We have 4 cryptic benefactors now. Damn. Let's grab a port report, because why not? Even though we're not coming back here for a while. We'll deliver pamphlets about the dangers of Apollonian cinders, $150. in our pocket. We need to drop off that dead settler. We can also eavesdrop or engage in gossip. Why not? We have embraced the prosperous West Enders, and we are not happy. Wait, a hue and cry goes up at the Mornington Aberrath span. A thief at the Admiral Nelson. The guards will not be so kind. Oh dear. Okay, we can return to settler. There we go. He did die, unfortunately, on the way here. Nothing we can do about that. Let's turn in the last tea, finally. We've got another cryptic benefactor, a literature, and some more money. We can also buy munitions, but we're not going to, because we don't need them. Alright. It's finally time. Let's go back into Albion. We have our new ship. We have moderately good guns. We'll see if we can pick up better ones in London, but we'll play that one by ear. Let's go to the Albion Transit Relay. We're docking. I don't think we have any contraband, which is good. Nothing to declare. The taciturn inspector takes 3 passes through the engine before reluctantly deciding that you probably, in all likelihood, have nothing to hide. He waves you on without a word. Back to our engine. And we can travel first class, because we have a permit. Or we can travel second class with some hours. Let's go first class. We have tons of ministry stamp permits, so. It's such a rickety machine. Worryingly rickety. So we're not going to be coming back to the Reach for a little while. We're going to be in Albion, exploring the sights and sounds of the center of the Empire for a while. So, we'll say goodbye to the Reach. And now we're back here. We are pretty powerful. We have a great ship. We've only been to 2 places in this area, so we have lots to explore. Let's hit up London first. Because there's no point in not going to London first. See what's going on there. It's been probably like 2 or 3 years since we've been back here. And the industrial music of Albion has started. Sort of like imperial industrial. London just seems so powerful and imposing. Look at the background. There's just like these massive buildings connected by pipes. The stars beyond, but you can see that even further in the distance there's more structures below. Like, I just don't understand how the Tactides can hope to compete with London's power. Especially with us helping London in our sleek warship. Actually, it's more like a luxury liner with guns. But regardless, it is a very impressive ship. We can also take a look at the Dreadnought while we're here, in case there is a difference in stuff we can put on it that we might like. The Queen's colors blaze in the distance, gold and glorious black. How do we get in here? So we go past this place and then take a left. I think we have a couple things to do in London. Or no, we have to go to... I don't know what the place is called. Perdition? No, that doesn't sound right. They want to go to the the Blue Kingdom. We don't care about the ciders. We need to go to Perdurance, that's the one. So we're gonna have to find that after we stop off in St. Dominic's station for a moment. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a long-faced man in a battered coat approaches your locomotive and asks for a moment of your time. What do you have to say? His voice is nasal, his eyes gray. I will not wish you a good day. You are a person of intelligence, and the day is manifestly miserable. I myself am newly afflicted by the gout, which has made my morning a parade of wretchedness. No doubt you have your own misfortunes, into which I will not pry. Instead, let us move to the happier subject of business. You have come to my attention for the very reasons you avoid others, your subtlety and your cunning. My employer may have work for you, profitable work, but perilous and profoundly illegal. Should you be interested, seek me at the Admiral Benbow Inn here in London. With that, he takes his leave, tutting at the thickness of the fog before he dons his crooked hat and vanishes into the crowd. A smuggler type stuff. Let's go first of all to the steam yards. Okay, so there are several things here. First of all, we can repair a locomotive. We're not doing that. We're going to the shops. That's what we're doing. Augmentations is the thing we're looking for here. So, there is a missile, which is not all that great actually. 15 damage, blast radius, 15, so 30 damage total. We need 50 veils. It's not the ideal. That's a huge hold. Plus 11. Requires, though, 50 veils, of course. This is a shotgun of actually rather impressive damage. 20 damage, range 400. It's not bad. It's a tier 3 gun. I think that's the gun we already have, the Beulah. Oh, there's a speciometer assaying device. We need one of those. We've missed so many things that we could have assayed. I am going to buy the Black Jape. I'm kind of curious to see what it's like. And it's only 1,000, which is actually a lot now that I look at my money. But I will buy that thing. For sure. Okay. Let's go to our bank. And our hold. So we're going to take off our mining drill here. We'll put our assaying device on because why not? We'll put our drill away. We'll throw the hours in here, the literature, and the nectar. Now let's take a quick peek at that dreadnought. So this is the juggernaut. Sorry, we would lose 10 hull. We'd lose 5 cargo. We'd lose 5 crew. We'd lose a navigation slot. We gain a defensive slot, mind you, but I think our ship is vastly superior, so we're going to leave that right where it is. So the macabre counselor at the mausoleum wants some crockery. We have crockery. Or did we sell our crockery? We sold our crockery. Blast. Bronzewood, though. 5 consignments of bronzewood for Parliament. We have 2. There's a good chance we'll find more, so we'll grab the bronzewood one. Grab some fuel. And some supplies, of course. And that's going to be pretty well it. Let's take a look around now. The Ministry of Public Decency didn't have anything for us at the moment. We don't need to repair our ship. We could go to the Gloomy Middleman. Attend a meeting with the Gloomy Middleman. He conducts business in a smoky corner of the Admiral Benbow Inn, down in the smoggy lower levels of the city. The middleman is nursing the same glass of beer he began the evening with. Captain, to claim it's a good evening would be duplicitous, but it is at least an evening, and here you are in it. He waits until you sit. My employer can open a profitable door for you. There are goods that Her Majesty's government do not want to see bought or sold. Prohibition begets scarcity, scarcity begets profit. One example of this contraband is red honey gathered by the Midnight Rose at Titania. Unfortunately, the supplies have dried up. Prove your value, find out why, and fix the problem. Okay. I'll work on that. Fair enough. What else can we do here? Let's wander the streets. Nothing happened this time. Just like last time, I don't think we learned anything last time either. Let's go to the Silken Salon. We can share gossip and get some stuff for it. We can share an inordinate amount of Salon Institute gossip and get some stuff. We can also donate a minister's stamp permit. We can connect the generous princess with your cryptic benefactor for quite a bit of sovereigns and experience, but we don't need to do that yet either. We're fine, in fact. Let's go exploring. Okay, hang on. Where did this bronze... So, the floating parliament is a long way west of London, so we know parliament is over here somewhere. Let's go east. I want to find Perdurance if I can. I have no idea where it's going to be, but usually there's sort of east, north, south, and west of the major cities, the central hub at least. Oh, we didn't put our new gun in. Can I do that now, or do I have to be in dock for it? Oh, I didn't buy the new gun, right, it was expensive, it was $1,000. We got the assaying device. I recall now, although I kind of already missed my drill. I haven't seen any enemies in London yet, or Albion I should say. There's something to the south of us, a horror or something nasty. We can clearly see it on the map. Let's go see what it is. We have guns. Oh, that's not a good sound. A weft of unraveling time. You have strayed into a place where the weave of time is frayed. The sky groans, the borders that separate past and future crumble, and your engine is dragged in. Command your crew to escape the weft. You know what? Allow ourselves to be pulled into the weft. You'll not emerge unchanged. The boiler rumbles, the chimneys spew. You urge your locomotive forward into the churn of time. The present quivers, falters, and is torn away. Within the weft, past and future not like dueling pythons. Nothing is constant. Another age washes over your locomotive and everything changes. When you leave the weft, some of your present circumstances will follow you out. Be careful when you depart. Perhaps this is a near future. Your engine looks the same, there are familiar faces among your crew, but here beside the captain's chair is a logbook more thumbed than your own. You cannot resist perusing this accounts of journeys you have yet to make. It is not comforting reading. Do it. We succeeded. You will never be free of the future. You instruct the crew to change course. They are confused but obey. A few minutes later you emerge from the weft. The near future that you occupied runs aground on the present like a smuggler's dinghy on the sandbar. You are free in body at least, but your thoughts return to the logbook and the travails you now know you'll have to face. We got 3 terror, a tale of terror, 700 experience, and it's not the date that it was. That was actually really cool. And also, kind of a neat graphical effect. Well, we've done a thing. I don't think we're allowed here, a signaler man mutters. This ain't for the likes of us. Let's take a look at what's around. There's something to the south of us. But it's not any sort of harbor. Also, this zone seems bigger than the Reach. It just seems like we're exploring less area. We found the blend for columns, and there's something to assay here. See, we bought an assaying thing, and now we can assay. We got a vision of heaven out of it. That's a marauder. Is that a different type of marauder than the one we're used to? It's an Albion marauder. What kind of gun do you have? Oh, you have a chain gun type thing. Let's go see what it dropped. Oops, oh well. Let's loot the cargo hold. What did we get? A slim class box with a gourd of chorister nectar. I guess you can't escape the bees anywhere in this world. Nothing to report, eh? That's weird. In an area as unexplored as this for us, I would imagine that we would have found something. But apparently not. Let's continue east. We traveled east across the vast desert. I'm gonna send out my guy another oh, there's another marauder. It's time to pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Oh, only one hit. Don't change course, just die. Die, marauder scum. We can break into the captains. Well, you know what, let's just do it. On Albion's fringes, the marauder captains rule their engines like tyrants, and we got a barrel of unseasoned hours, which is perfectly okay. We're kind of reaching halfway point to the edge of the map. There's a light beam from somewhere to somewhere. It might just be... Well, there is no sun. I guess there's the Clockwork Sun, but there's not a real sun here anymore. It was destroyed by the Queen. We found the Kaliat Galois. There's something to the south of us. Let's go take a look. What's the worst that could happen? Bad things. The worst is literally like our ship dies horribly, but let's go find out. Can't hurt. Maybe. The question mark still is not unquestion marked yet. There's a star-manned explorer here, apparently with shotguns. Still. Just gonna go ahead and dodge that guy and let him hit the... that thing? We can gain some... Why would we need to gain hull? We haven't taken any damage. Let's grab a Tale of Terror or a Sky Story. It's a Sky Story. Let's just say, and we get some souls for it. Let's pause here and just see where we're at. There's something down here. We still haven't found a dock though, which is slightly sad, but we'll keep looking. We have lots of supplies still. We've only used one of each, two of each, I guess, technically. Oh, there's scribe spincers here. This is a horror. Skyhenge it's called. I wonder if it's something we can explore. It's very cool. Nope. We can't explore it, so let's leave. Also, there's more time rifts around here. That was weird looking. The scribe spinster just entered that time rift. We might have to turn and fight that one. I don't know if it's gonna break off. Oh god, it's gonna come right at us. Oh, we're gonna take some terror damage. That sucks. Don't chase right into me, just stay at a distance. I can dodge your attacks. Or dodge into your attacks. There we go. Let's take some bronze wood. I think we need some anyways. We could take the spinster's pen, but we're not going back to the reach for a while, so there's no point. We need the bronze wood more at the moment. That place is crazy though. 2 time warps and a horror. And another star-maddened explorer is here. What is that thing? I don't know where he went. Everything is dead here. It's all frozen. That is worrying. Oh man, they're gonna hit my ship maybe. Turn hard! Stop going so quick. There we go. I wonder if there's a dock around here. Doesn't look like there would be though. This place is fairly dead looking. But maybe, who knows. Everything's frozen. That being said, there is something over here. It's another time bubble. You can see it distorting reality a little bit. We're going in. Ooh, we have hearts. Let's try and escape a grim ending. A cold future. Your locomotive is silent. Its engine is still. Its coal store is empty. As you make your way to the bridge, you stepped over slumped corpses, pale and fine coats of frost. On the navigator's table is a brittle map, charting a desperate course somewhere no one has any business. There's a corpse on the captain's chair, too. You do not look. We succeeded. Oh. Whew. Lost one crew, one fuel. We escaped. We got a tale of terror and an unlicensed chart. There's another horror up ahead somewhere. But we're gonna find whatever we came here for. Just up ahead, it is the ruins of something. We found a tale of terror, and we're too close to the horror apparently. It's affecting us already. Another... Or is it the same time? No, it's a different time thing. I'm going towards the horror because I kind of want to see it. What is that thing? It's huge, whatever it is. Look at the size of that thing. That must be the Clockwork Sun. There's a dock here. We found the Clockwork Sun. The dock is rarely used and its maintenance has lapsed. There's evidence of rust and metal strain, but only of non-crucial components. It's safe to stop for now. Once inside the dock, the sun's scouring light is diminished. Arrival at the sun. An outpost on the roaring edge of the sun, shielded from malevolent light by an eggshell of stained glass. As you emerge from your train, suit-swaddled engineers gather, plainly astonished by your arrival. They bombard you with complex questions as to how you dealt with dense sunlight and skewed chronosolar fields. Once satisfied, they hand out protective suits to you and your crew. Yours is patched and torn, one boot is missing. Let's shrug into our suit. The engineer sprays you with a substance that smells like lemons gone wrong and searches your pockets. A cursory effort at best, they seem distracted. Sunlight seeps like syrup through the cracks in the stained glass ceiling. The floor shudders in time with the churning machinery far below your feet. The air has a tang of chemicals, bonfires, and rain. Pistons pump, cogs turn, and suit-swaddled figures tend to the enginery, bellowing over the shrieking metal. Let's write a port report first. The strength of the sun is 3. Engineers flock to you. You need to tell London what's happening up here, they say. Tell them to send more engineers, send resources, send help, something, anything. They list a litany of recent faults, a broken cog, a snapped belt, unpredictable flares, more engineers swallowed by light or vitrified, and every morning the sun has been taking longer and longer to reach full incandescence. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go to the bazaar because I kind of want to see what they have here. They have munitions, and we can buy panes of stained glass here. Well, I need 1 for a quest later on. I'm going to put it in my bank. I know I need 1. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Let's visit the Glasshouse. There's a dozen signs warning you to stay away, each more insistent than the last. The engineers shout, but they're too busy to stop you. Just kind of curious. An isolated section of the abandoned exhibition halls has been repurposed to not hold not treasures but prisoners. Each wears a grey smock rather than a protective suit, leaving them utterly undefended from the ravages of sunlight. They sit slumped in unlocked cells, making no effort to escape. Where would they go? Well, let's try and speak with the prisoners. We failed. Got a tale of terror and 18 terror. You sit beside a wild bearded prisoner whose entire lower body has turned to glass, fixing him forever in a cross-legged pose. One crystalline hand, vitrified at the wrist, has been fused to his knee. He mumbles a half-coherent account of what he's seen happen to his fellow prisoners and what he fears will happen to him. Before he can conclude his story, he breaks into a song, the high notes coinciding with pulses of sudden bright sunlight. Let's go to the glass half, or the half glass empty. Only one cell is unlocked, and the man within is neither singing nor screaming. Left half of his body is shimmering, translucent. Only the flesh and muscle of his left half has vitrified, not the bones and blood within. The glass is suffused with 1,000 fine frozen capillaries, like delicate red cracks running through the ice. He fixes you with an anguished stare. Get me out of here. Why is his cell locked and his alone? This was an exhibition hall once, never a prison. An engineer must have had to install those bars, especially for him. The others would not leave even if they could. Their minds are lost. The empty attempts a one-sided shrug, and well, the Empire sent me here because I was smuggling sunlight from the Neath. Back before the horizon closed. When I sold it, I told my customers that the light from the Clockwork Sun was toxic, and true sunlight was the only cure. Ended up causing a minor panic in London. I think one of the engineers locked me in because he took offense at my criticism, though. He gestures at his vitrified body. I stand by it. Let's agree to help him escape. Thank you. His voice is hoarse and he speaks in barely a whisper. You will need to find a permit from our release and present it to the steward. Forced, legitimate, I don't care. I mean, I have the permits for that already. Let's go do that, I guess. Let's head towards Azimuth. The engineers wave you onward, shouting something cheerfully derogatory about the sequencer. It's mostly lost in the roar of pistons. Azimuth is an enormous sundial without shadow. Its roof topped by a golden shark fin gnomon. There are still racks of yellowed pamphlets on the walls. It once served as a kiosk selling tickets to sunspotters, the pilgrims and tourists that were expected to flock here. These days it's something more like a temple. Frescoes on the curved walls depict the triumph of the new sun over the old. The figure in yellow-colored protective suit is delivering a sing-song sermon to mostly empty pews. The dazzling sequencer looks up, delighted at your approach, and hurriedly wraps up his speech. The smile and tea he offers are both weak. His usually enthusiasm has a frantic edge to it. Okay. First of all, let's ask about his role on the sun. The only people up here are disturbed prisoners and exhausted engineers. I'm a priest of the new sequence, declares the sequencer. The brightest truth, the wildfire that has swept Albion. He points at the expanse of the sun. There burns a beacon, a savior, an aspect of God. We venerate the Clockwork Sun and its immortal architect, our Empress. I'm here to greet pilgrims and safeguard the souls of our engineers. Azimuth is also the only access route to the sun-shattered dome, an exhibition hall that was built back when we received more visitors. The dome is terribly dangerous, and I would advise you to avoid it, no matter how much you hear about the priceless artifacts inside. I want to go in. The sequencer obviously takes his role as gatekeeper seriously. He fusses about you, checking you and your crew's gear, tugging on straps, checking for rips, wiping your stained glass goggles with a silk handkerchief. All the while, he spouts an endless stream of warnings. Don't enter the Shalimar, never travel in a group of 3 or fewer, and resist the urge to sing no matter how fiercely your throat burns. And for sequencer's sake, watch the condition of your suit. With that, he pats you on the back, hands you a brochure, and sends you through the heavy iron door to the dome. State of our suit is 4. We can investigate the carousel, but that would suck. Okay. Exhibition halls built to accommodate sunspotters, tourists, and sequence pilgrims, and abandoned after the dangers of the sun became impossible to hide. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering glass dust. Is everything still intact? The stained glass sky has collapsed, and unfiltered sunlight gnaws savagely at your hazard suit. It is currently undamaged, though a little shabby. You come upon what looks like a glittering gold carousel, but instead of horses, it features glass bottles about as tall as you. They are each filled with a near impenetrable liquid, and within, dark shapes writhe sluggishly. Let's search elsewhere. We're gonna lose a thing, probably. Oh, I guess we can't. Let's try the carousel. We failed. What happened? 5 terror. Our suit has become damaged. Brushing aside glitter dust, you discover a label on the carousel's base, Tempest Prognosticator. Each bottle is similarly labeled Philosopher. Something roils through the glass. You study the controls to no avail. You pull some levers at random and nothing happens. You attempt to pull one of the bottles free, but it's moored far too firmly. Eventually you're forced to give up and move on. We can attempt... Okay, there's a new thing here. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering dust. Is anything still intact? We already did this. Okay. This part is the next part here. A scream. One of your crew is staring in horror at her hand, which has suddenly shriveled and sprouted liver spots. The light can do strange things to the flow of time, and you seem to have strayed into a bad patch. Navigate it. Nope. We sucked at that too. 5 more terror, and we... Our suit's dying. And it's too dangerous. Our crew refuses to go further. But we can explore the Shalimar. We have an 84% chance. Yay, we succeeded. Acid roses, predatory daffodils, snapping tulips with lamprey mouths, specimen imported decades ago from old London, the kind of common flowers that might be found at a street florist's, bone white and deadly. Your crew hacks through them all, leaving a swath of slaughtered jungle in its wake. After much sweat and panic, you come across one of Shalimar's treasures, hidden in a tangle of pale weeds, an oyster shell encrusted with diamonds. The vegetation has already reclaimed the path behind you. Sighing, you order your crew to resume their work. We got terror and some sovereigns. And we're gonna get out of here. We gained 15 terror and lost a crew on the way out. That's okay though. The sequencer has a request. Together we can help the less fortunate, he says. You'll be compensated for your time. Okay, what is it? There are many poor souls out there in need of our help. Beleaguered, ignorant masses. I've never met them, but I am assured they exist. He pauses to wipe his tears. When we lift them from their contemptible state, perhaps they'll come to appreciate the greatness of the sequence. He sends an orderly to fetch a wooden crate. Once he sat down, he reps slid proudly. 600 manuals on how to correctly tie a bow tie. Deliver these to Brabazon Workworld, and I'm sure they'll be immensely benefited by their improved understanding of etiquette. Okay, I'll do that for you. I am going to call it a video here. We're a little bit over time, so like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.